What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's talk some ADA Cardano and most importantly, kind of what's happened after the crypto summit. Charles Hoskinson was absent. We saw Brad Garlinghouse on that panel, Michael Saylor, a lot of crypto heads. And that's going to be something where, for most people's accounts, it's been a giant nothing burger. But in this video, I want to tell you guys kind of what Charles' response was. And then I have kind of my idea what's going on with this scenario. So I'll share with you guys my thoughts. All I ask in return, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe right down below, and also be sure to check out my X page at tcryptomark. As always, guys, appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend. And let's get down into the Cardano news for today. Now, the best way to start talking about it is by diving into what's going on exactly in the charts right now. And I will pull up the crypto bubbles on your screen. And you can look at Cardano right now, down 2.5%. The market has kind of shifted green, which is okay. We are getting through the weekend, and it's going to be kind of dull for a lot of people. Before the summit actually all went down and took place, I was always in the camp where I want to wait till Monday. A lot of people were buying ahead of the crypto summit. Been doing this too long to kind of fully understand. To not fully understand what exactly happens when you do have the potential for a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And that's exactly what we had. So I want to talk about Hoskinson most in specific. Cardano right now, we'll look at BTCC, show you guys what's going on. If you haven't signed up for BTCC, it is an exchange that I'm partnered with. Make sure you guys use my link down below. There are some promotions. Right now, you get $100 in cashback rewards and 100% deposit cashback with also some other promotions sponsored by the token 2049, and give yourself a chance to win a Tesla Cybertruck, which who doesn't want one of those, right? Me, not so fast. I do like Elon, but I'm more of a Ram guy or a Sierra guy when it comes down to the truck market. But let's talk about what exactly is going on. I am going to get into kind of where we see Cardano right here, right now. I want to bring up ADA on the chart for you guys, and we'll talk about kind of where we're headed. Now, Cardano, we did have that big pump back on the 2nd of March, albeit quickly selling off. And then in preparations for what we have coming about within the crypto summit, we have been continuing on a downtrend, down 2.69% as I'm currently recording. But it's something, guys, where we talk about Cardano. It's shown a little bit of strength during weakness. If we zoom out, you see this pump where we got over $1.20. And then we did get above $1 when Cardano went absolutely insane after Trump's first post on X. But outside of that, guys, the fundamentals that I look at is how this has been on a descending downward trend, right? And then this kind of is how I look at it in terms of where we're at right now. All right. So not financial advice. I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell crypto. But for me and my Cardano, I don't really swing trade it. I'm more of a hodler when it comes to ADA. This is kind of what I'm looking at right here. So for us as traders, I think that right now we're at that level where this is kind of where I would see and expect something to happen. If not, if we do break down, this is then where we're going to fall into that next category where we do have to start worrying about kind of the parallel channel that will be formed before Cardano would hit and break down below 60 cents. But for me, guys, I think it's more of an upward momentum. You take away the crypto summit, you look at Cardano over the year, the last 365 days, it's been bullish. It's something where it's not the sexy play, the flashy car on the lot. But for those that have held Cardano and continue to buy it, you know what I'm talking about. The tech is real, and it is one of the ones that I think will get the tailwind from Washington once this further develops down the road. Okay. So that's what I got for you guys. Remember to check the link down below for BTCC. And this is kind of the big storyline right now. Why was Hoskinson absent? Okay. Well, if you are involved with Cardano, you probably already know, but right now, you notice that this is something where, and I want to tell you guys and go full screen for this one. I will be 100% honest with you. I pretty much don't read the news. I get the headlines. I hear people do interviews, and you kind of can read between the lines and piece it all together. I think that this has all been in the works. I think Hoskinson knew about this a long time ago. And you kind of can sense a little bit of an arrogance from him. He's always had that kind of pizzazz, if you will, that swag, where it's kind of nerdy, but it kind of comes off as, hey, I know what I'm doing, that confidence. But I think what it all boils down to is we had an indication from him that, you know, if you guys are poker players, you know what I'm talking about. I think he kind of tipped his hand a little bit. And I think that he knew that Cardano would be in somewhat or form or fashion part of the strategic reserve. And what confirmed that for me was the fact that he was kind of announced that he would not be on that panel. A lot of people thought it was a snub. Cardano dipped a little bit on the charts. Me, not so fast. I think it was more so kind of what we're seeing, where it was almost a conflict of interest if he would be involved, if strategically, or if Cardano was going to be involved with that strategic reserve. So that's what it comes down for to me. Cardano, XRP. I think the writing was on the wall a long time ago. That's why I don't really get all up in arms about what we have within these big news announcements. Okay. But as he addressed the Cardano community, this is something where he talked about being the notable absentee. Okay. And I'm gonna get down to the post right now. Basically said in to summarize that he appreciates the feelings for everybody that they've had regarding whether he was invited to specific U.S. government events. Brigading government officials over X doesn't solve anything, nor does it change hearts or mind. There will be many opportunities and ways to participate domestically and globally in the regulatory conversation. Now, this is his X post in direct response to this. I'm actually kind of shocked. It only has 170,000 views for food for thought. So that's kind of interesting. Normally, I would have thought this would have got over 1 million due to the wallet, the number of people that are concerned about this crypto summit and how it would shape the globe. Okay. As events occur, that gives them the ability to engage. We will assess on a case-by-case basis, but direction is always clear. Let's grow Cardano while preserving its core philosophy of decentralization. The move has always been a human one that belongs to everyone. We haven't forgotten that over the last 10 years, which is why I'm returning from our foundations in Japan. I'll continue to travel throughout the world to meet with you all, listen, learn, and build. Lifelong journey, and that's one worth the time. Okay, so that's kind of what we have going on. He was in Japan taking care of Cardano. He wasn't going to drop what he was doing. He wasn't going to put everything down and put Cardano on the back burner to get back to the White House and explain kind of what ADA's role would be within that strategic reserve, or whatever regulation that would have been talked about within the framework, which is kind of a boss move, if you ask me. I think that his absence, albeit notable, I think that he, is leading on the opinion that he already knows what's going to happen. And if you guys are Donald Trump fans, great. If not, great too. But what it comes down to is Trump has his mind made up. The people that he has put in place, they have their minds made up. And if Charles Hoskinson was there in that meeting on the 7th, I don't really, quite frankly, think it would have changed anything because they've had their meetings prior. And if he really was kind of the more important thing to do was to be in Japan, I don't think it's a cause for concern. I'm not pounding the alarm. I'm sure as heck not selling my ADA. And I think that's what a lot of people do in reacting in a negative way. Hoskinson being in that meeting doesn't really do anything other than he's not in the pictures. If this was going to be some monumental, summit that we talk about hundreds of years from now when blockchain fully evolves. Okay. So just relax. That's kind of the stance I'm taking. I told you guys in prior videos, I'm not touching any buy or sell buttons unless we get a really sharp dip until Monday. I want to see kind of how the markets wake up, how we get through the volatility of the weekend. And then from there, guys, maybe we'll get another tweet on a Sunday morning from Donald Trump, really spurring the markets. Time will tell, but that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm playing it. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Before you exit, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Did you think Hoskinson should have attended to this summit or, that whole invite question? Who knows? But that's kind of what it was. He was in Japan. There's going to be future meetings. I think personally, it doesn't even matter. Just to sum up my perception of this all, because I think that his influence, his comments, his viewpoints have already been shared with the people they needed to be shared with. Okay. And with ADA sitting there potentially in the strategic reserve, if that does ever take place, that's where we got to have some room to get excited. But it's not going to be something where if it's not causing you to buy ADA now, I think that you do fall in that category where all the government officials, heads, leads could be buying Cardano. And if you haven't bought it yet, you probably never will. Okay. So that's how I feel about it. Make sure you guys do your own research, due diligence. This is not financial advice, but also if you do want to check out BTCC, link down below, start trading with them, start trading with me on that platform. And thank you guys for giving me a couple minutes of your time. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.